everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Nina. I'm a life transformation coach, and here at this channel we talk all about our emotional well-being, understanding our own psychology, and living our best life possible. So if you aren't already a subscriber, please go ahead and become one. We definitely want you to stay connected and be a part of our community. So today I really wanted to talk about something very small that we can do to greatly increase our happiness and greatly decrease our stress levels. So specifically talking about learning to take breaks from the routine and the monotony of our lives. So I really got thinking about this after the other day when I had a really bad day. I was completely stressed out. I had a huge deadline that I was trying to meet. I had been at the computer for like 4 days straight. My happiness level was much lower than usual, and I was completely stressed out. And I didn't even realize that I was getting to this point. I was, getting kind of snippy, and I was just not myself at all. And all of a sudden I realized that I really hadn't taken a break in several days. I was just kind of, going and going and going. And I think that's what so many of us do. We just keep pushing forward. We just keep on going with the grind because a lot of times we don't realize we need to take a break, first of all. And second of all, we feel guilty a lot of times. We feel like, we have all this stuff that we need to do. So we feel like, we really can't be taking a break when we need to get all these things accomplished. I think also just with everything going on, everyone is so much more stressed out now. And it may be true that we are, more used to the situation, but it's been a relentless year. We've had to make so many changes and adjustments, and it does have an impact on us. It does have an effect of wear and tear. And that's something that we really have to be aware of, which makes it so much more important that we really do remember to take breaks. I've spoken to so many people that say, well, I don't really deserve a break. I don't really need a break. I mean, I'm just home. I don't have to go to the office right now. Or, I'm just home with the kids. And wait, hold on a second. We have to realize that these things are big deals. It's not just being home with the kids. It's realizing that being home with the kids takes a tremendous amount of work and a tremendous amount of commitment and a tremendous amount of sacrifice in a lot of cases. The same thing goes with being in a restrictive environment at home or, not going to the office. There are negative consequences that can come from that as well. That monotony can really start to get to us. And yes, we do deserve a break, and just being in our pajamas or just being at home does not mean that we are replenishing ourselves, that we are recharging ourselves. It is not the same thing. Relaxing isn't the same as recharging. I mean, it can be, and in some circumstances that is very necessary. We need a day to just sit and watch Netflix, and that is fine. But doing that on a daily basis is not the same thing as taking a break from our routine. It is something entirely different. I think so much of our unhappiness right now comes from the fact that we are living in an incredibly unnatural way. Instead of being connected to our environment and getting to spend a lot of time outdoors and being social, we are being trapped inside. We are in a dark house a lot of times, just again, doing the same things every single day. We are being flooded by negative media, and all of these things can greatly contribute to unhappiness. Of course, they all can. And because of this world situation, we've forgotten that we do need to have balance in our life. Balance is extremely important. There has to be work, but there also has to be play. We have to balance that out. And when we are not providing ourselves opportunities to get out and enjoy ourselves and to refresh ourselves and to play in some way, it is going to seriously impact our wellness and, of course, our mental health. We are not robots. We do not have an unlimited amount of energy that we can just continuously use without taking a break. And when we fail to take breaks, we become less productive, we become less motivated, we experience way more negative emotions and way more stress. It can make us feel anxious, it can make us feel depressed, and so this is why we really do have to take this pretty seriously. So like I said the other day, I completely forgot about all of this, and I was just pushing myself to a ridiculous degree. I had this deadline that I wanted to meet, and that was the only thing that I was focused on, and I didn't realize what I was doing to my own mental health. And all of a sudden, when I did realize it, I got in the car that moment and I drove to a nature trail, and I just spent an hour walking, breathing the fresh air, letting my stress level come down, and I came back a totally new person. The things that I was working on were much less frustrating. I was way more productive than I had been in the last several days. I was refreshed, I was in a good mood, I had a much better attitude about the whole thing, and I was able to easily meet my deadline, which I don't think I would have been able to do had I not actually taken that break. So it's just a reminder that we really do need to take these breaks in order to put out our best work and to be our best selves. Now, for me personally, I have definitely noticed that changing actual physical locations is something that is enormously helpful for me. Whether that just be that small trip to the nature trail to big vacations. I love to travel. I love to just feel like I am transported somewhere else. I like to see new cultures, new things. I love to be in nature, but I know that's not always possible. But we do have to remember that even though we're in this crazy world situation right now where we are needing to socially distance, where we are, spending more time indoors, there are still safe ways to get outside, even if that just means we go into our backyard and put down a towel and look at the stars for a while or the clouds for a while. Or even if it just means that we go on a walk every single morning. Or, even if it's not outside, taking a yoga break, taking a break just to have a hot bath or to write in a journal or to just have a nice cup of tea. So we want to make sure that we are taking small breaks during the day and that we are taking these bigger breaks. But we want to make sure that they are breaks that truly not only just, give us a little rest from what we are doing, but are also breaks from the monotony, even the monotony of what we are seeing. We need to see other things. And I hear all the time from people who say that they would love to take breaks, but it is simply not possible for them. It is not realistic with the type of life they lead. And I can tell you that I was one of those people. I did not take breaks for years. I didn't go on vacations for years because I owned my own business and I was working probably 70 hours a week most of the time. And I just didn't feel like there was any moment that I could squeeze in me time. And I can assure you that it was detrimental to my emotional well-being and my mental health. And I also want to share with you that that is never really the case. It is all about shifting our priorities and realizing that this is a necessary aspect of our life that must be there. We cannot just continuously push forward, because if we do that, our body is going to eventually push back. It is going to stop us. You cannot keep going without taking rest. So it's not a matter of us being selfish and just, trying to take all this time for ourselves. It is about ourselves taking necessary care of ourselves. So in my case, when I really sat down, when I realized it was at the emergency level, I saw that there were things that I was spending time on that I didn't have to, that there were things in my life that I could give up, that there were things in my life that didn't really add too much meaning or value that I was still holding on to. Such as habits like, spending time on social media or, spending time watching the news aside of just getting the headlines. There were things that I could give up and did give up that allowed me to have the time to take necessary care of myself. And that's what I really want to stress to you today. You are not selfish for practicing self-care and for taking breaks and for doing things that are restorative and things that make your life feel fun and like an adventure. These are all necessary components of life. This is not just getting through day to day. Our life can't just be checking off things on a list or, again, getting through whatever it is that we have to get through. We must enjoy our life and we must fully live our life, and we're not able to do so if we're not recharged. So this is exactly what we want to start thinking about and seeing if our life is realistic. Is our life in balance? Do we have the time to be taking care of ourselves? And if we don't, what things do we need to shuffle around? Because there is always some kind of shuffling that can be done. So my invitation for you, not only just this week, but today, is to find some moments to take for yourself. take a break. You need a break. It doesn't have to be something that takes 4 hours. You can take a break that is completely recharging and restorative in 30 minutes or 45 minutes or even 10 minutes if you need to. If you need to just kind of go into the closet for a few minutes and just do some deep breathing exercises or just spend, 5 or 10 minutes playing with your pet, whatever it is, but you need to take breaks because that's going to make you a better you, because you are able to put your best foot forward when you are rested, when you are relaxed. And we're not going to be relaxed if we are always just stressing ourselves out without taking a break. So I truly hope this video was helpful to you and a reminder that we do need to be taking care of ourselves, because that is our job. Nobody else is going to do it. Nobody else is going to stop us and say, hey, you're working too hard, or you are doing the same things every day. You need to spice it up. We have to say that to ourselves. So we need to, have that analysis of our life and see where we can make improvements and the different ways that we can make our lives feel more fulfilling and more happy. So I truly hope this video was helpful to you today. If it was, please like it, share it with someone else who may need to hear the same message today. Also, if you aren't already a subscriber, please go ahead and become one. We definitely want you to stay connected. And I thank you so much for spending time with me today. Have an absolutely amazing day.